Hey everybody, how are you doing? Let me roll this window down a little bit. It's warm, man. Golly, what is today? The 16th? Anyway, it's Monday. And yesterday was just absolutely a horrible day here all day long. It didn't do nothing but rain. It was nasty. I got in here yesterday. I'm at work, by the way, getting ready to start my night. I came in a few minutes early so I could go ahead and I had to do a quick safety meeting here at work, and then very simple, just had to do that. And I said, well, I got a little extra time because I know my load's not ready yet. There's no way it's ready. So but today, what a difference a day makes, man. It's beautiful today. It's warm, feels good outside. It's man, yesterday I had when I went down to my delivery point, it was cold. It was just nasty. Had my jacket on. It was just something else, man. I'm telling you. It was just one of those days you just want to erase and say, go away. Don't want to see it no more. But today's a different story. But I'm thankful to be here. Thank y'all for popping in. I'm trying to wait a few minutes for people to jump in. And got a couple of things I was wanting to touch on before I get started with the night shift here. Got a plane flying really low overhead here. It's kind of wild. Man, I got very fortunate. I was coming down to the parking lot to find a parking spot, and I'm right here beside my truck. That hardly never happens. Hardly never happens. And you can see it's nothing but just trucks all in the parking lot. So you have to run down to this parking lot, try to find a spot. And if you're lucky, you'll find a spot close to your company truck. And being able to park right beside it is just a huge plus. But yeah, thank God. Oh man, so I want to say thank you to the people who have taken the time to watch the video from yesterday, the guitar teacher that changed everything. That was, if you haven't seen that video, it's about my friend Dustin, who gave me a few guitar lessons through the years since when I was really young, and up until, I don't know, he gave me a couple of virtual lessons like a couple of years ago, which is really cool. And so I appreciate the people that took the time to watch that and to leave a comment. It didn't get as many views as I hoped. I thought that was kind of odd, but it seems for this channel, it seems that the live content does really well, and the live shows do well. The J&R Talking Guitars and More, that does good. And but the pre-recorded videos, that's kind of a hit and miss kind of deal. So I don't know. We'll just keep plugging away and see what we can do. But yeah, that video was good, man. I made that yesterday and put some edits in there, so hopefully it would flow smoother. And it was all right, man. Dustin actually reached out to me when I was on the way to work, and he said that he came across the video and he's getting ready to watch it. So I hope he's pleased with it. I hope so. I hope he's pleased with it. But he's a nice guy. So yeah, okay. Coming up soon will be I don't know if it's called the Asheville Guitar Show. I'm not quite sure what the title of it is. I say the Asheville Guitar Show. I don't know if that's right or not. I've seen it advertised on my Facebook. I've seen 3 different occasions where it's being advertised. And Ralph and I are definitely going to that. That's going to be, it's going to be next month. It's going to be March 8th. Let's see, 7th and 8th. Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to get this one right this time around. And so we're going there, and going to do my best to shoot some great footage to share with y'all for that show. That's going to be a huge guitar show. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to attract a lot of different, I don't know what you say, vendors. I don't know, different guitar company, guitar shop owners. And I would also assume that in our local area that there's going to be the guitar shops we done in Ralph and I's general vicinity. I'm sure they're probably going to be there too. I don't see why they wouldn't be, but that's going to be cool to see that and have a little word with them and just touch base with them, and it'd be cool, man. Looking forward to that. Anything guitars is always cool, man. It's always fun, and it's always a good time. Mr. Josh Thomas, hey, man, how are you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Mr. Art G, he says, what's up, Joe? The warmer weather is a welcome. 60 degrees in Myrtle Beach. I will be able to experience that in about 6 hours, I guess. It depends on if my load's ready or not. But last night when I got down there, man, it was chilly. It was chilly down there last night, and I was like, man. So yeah, I go down there every night for taking product down there, and I've been doing that for years. And that facility I delivered to, you can tell, man, that place is old. It's been there a long time. I hope it's there for a lot longer. You know, that's job security, but who knows, man. There's been so many things. Let me see. I can only touch on this very lightly. There's been so many rumors here at my employer. I don't know what to think lately. I don't know. It's I got a feeling that God forbid if something does go down, we're going to be the last to know. And then by then, you know what I mean? That's just what I feel. I hope not. I hope that it's just, you know, but more on that to come as things develop, because as of right now, everything's in the dark. But all I can do is take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and just be thankful that I'm here and I, you know, still have a job and I can support my family and still have fun talking to everybody and playing guitar. And yeah, what else can you ask for, man? I mean, you know. Mr. RG says, looks like it'll be in the 40s by the time you get here. Oh, great. It's going to be downright chilly, man. Oh my God. It's going to be cold, but I got my jacket. My dad always told me, don't never put away your cold, like your jackets and coveralls and all until, what was it he said? Until something come up. I don't know. It's one of these old folk tales or something. I mean, he'd always say that, you know, because you never know. And I was like, yep, he's right. Mr. Mick. Hey, Mr. Mick. Hi, Joe. I saw your last video and subbed and started watching Dustin's channel. Hope to learn a lot. Oh, thank you, Mr. Mick. That's nice, man. Yeah, Dustin is like I said, he's a great instructor, man. And if you're willing to have the discipline to learn, you can learn something. You don't have to be some top-notch musician to be considered a good musician. You know, it's up here, it's here in your heart and in the hands. You know, that's it. And you can just, it's to me, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else. But to me, a lot of it has to do with melody and feel. If you can get those two techniques down, you can master those two things. Everything you do will sound good. You know, it's not all about playing, you know, notes really fast all the time. There's a time and place for that, in my opinion, but not a lot. You know, I don't get impressed by somebody that's playing really fast. You know, I'm like, okay. You know, I tell you, one of the guitar players I always like to listen to, and I always look forward when Bryan Adams was in his heyday. You know, I'm sure he's still having a lot of heydays in other countries, you know, because a lot of artists, when they have their moment here in the U.S. and everything kind of dies down and the music scene moves on, those artists from then will go to other countries and have like a whole nother career, you know, like their career's been rejuvenated and reborn. Anyway, but Bryan Adams, whenever he would come out with songs in the 80s, even in the 90s, Keith Scott is the guitarist name for Bryan Adams, and I always loved to hear him play those solos on any of those songs, because it's so melodic, and just listen to any of that. And Boston is another. You know, Tom Scholl's is incredible. It's just, those are the two that are always my go-to in my mind. I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna write a song, like when I did for my last album, Survivor, when it come time to doing that, and yes, I was using the Suno AI generator to help with those songs. I've already talked about that plenty of times. Y'all feel free to ask questions if you want. I don't care. I felt that was a great tool to help me write. I'm to the point in my life, I can't be in a band because I don't have the time. I don't know any other musicians in my area, and I've dealt with websites in the past, like oh man, I can't remember. Anyway, you sign up, and of course they want you to pay this money, and they say, we found 12 local musicians in your area. And you go and you look at the profiles, and they're like, well, if you want to access these profiles all the way, you need to upgrade to a premium membership. I'm not doing that. No offense, but those people, their profiles ain't worth messing with anyway, because you know why I say that? I've been there and done that. It's a waste of time. And I feel being in the right location has a lot to do with it, if you're wanting to do music on a serious level. Now, if you're just wanting to have fun and kick around, that's fine. But if you're looking at it as a serious thing, location plays a role in that. But you have to know what you're doing too. You can't just, you know, I learned 5 songs. Let me go see if I can hit the big time. You know, I don't know. Well, you never know. I just don't think it would work that way. But anyway, yeah, Dustin is a fantastic guitar teacher, man. He can help you learn. He can help you unlock a lot of things, and you know, everybody has their own way of learning. I know I do, and I've always been stubborn about being disciplined enough to sit there and go over theory or whatever. I'm like, man, oh my, even today, I'm like, I don't care about that. I just want to play, you know, but I'm my own worst enemy. So, but he has shown me a couple of ways to unlock things to help kind of like connect on the fretboard. You know, like if you start here, you know, try to work your way up the fretboard and kind of different areas and try to make it connect if you can. And little things like that, little doors will start to open up, and you'll be like, oh, this is what, I didn't know that's how you did that. And like I said before, a lot of that has to do with math too, man. You know, it's just what I've noticed anyway. But being melodic and like I said, feel and all that, it's just, oh man, it's a jackpot every time. You know, you'll win. I was trying to keep that in mind when I did my album, like I said, and in some cases I think I achieved that, in some I think I kind of didn't pay attention to that. So it's a learning process. It never stops. But Bill Trainer, he goes, hey, I got 2 donated acoustics after my begathon. Is that what you're saying? Going to the Salvation Army youth music program. Well, that's nice, man. That's good. Mr. Josh Thomas, if you enjoy playing and learning the guitar, that's the main thing. And another thing I noticed is guitar snobs will put you down because you don't play a custom shop Fender or Gibson. You know what? I've seen that as well. I've bit my tongue on a lot of that stuff, man. Dare I talk about this or not? Let's see. Okay. Without mentioning any names, I will say in my past experiences of doing live streams on my channel, and I've dealt with people that were really kind and really considerate, and I've dealt with some people that had a chip on their shoulder, man, and they have high tier instruments, which is great, You know, I've never said anything negative about that. If it's up to you, and the people that are grounded and have common sense, they don't care what you play, you know, and they don't boast about what they have. You know, they might show you, say, hey man, check this out, and that's great, and that's far as it goes. But I've seen some people that, you know, to kind of throw that out there and kind of nudge it on you and say, hey, what is that you got? Oh, a Firefly? Oh man, yeah, that's not, yeah, that sucks. Well, you know, that's not right. You know, I got nice guitars. I got Fireflies too. So if that person don't like Fireflies, then go fly a kite, man. I think Fireflies are fine. You know, just because it's not what you like, don't give you the right to be an asshole in the fucking chat. You know, that's what gets me, stuff like that. And it shouldn't be that way. You know, we're all adults here, and not everybody has a budget of endless money. Some people can only do the best they can. So I think that's how it should be handled on a professional level, you know. So whatever somebody's happy with, I think it's great. But don't put somebody down if they don't have some top of the line instrument. That's not right. That's really showing your true colors, in my opinion. That's showing that, okay, you know what, dude? You're an asshole. That's what that's showing. That's what it shows me. I'm sorry for that. I just had to kind of tell it right there for a second. We'll get back onto this. Mr. AJ Brown. Hey, Joe, happy Monday. Funny how much brighter this live feed looks versus just a few weeks ago. Yes, absolutely. It's a little bit earlier in the day too. And the ones I did last time, they're just, it was dark. I was running late getting to work, and I was sitting here, and because the chat was so responsive, it was excellent. The chat's y'all are always great, man. And like I said, I appreciate that. And if you like these live drives and you like this content, while you have just a second, if you don't mind, please hit that thumbs up button, please. I'd really appreciate that. Please, please. You know, it's very much appreciated. It helps get this stream out for other people to see it, and YouTube will recommend it. That's the word I'm trying to think of. You know, still trying to build this channel, you know, and it is what it is. So if you would hit that thumbs up, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But yes, Mr. Brown, it is beautiful today. Absolutely. That sun's sitting just right. Just this part of the truck is blocking the sun just enough where we're not getting blinded on the, how did that song go? Blinded by the light. I think we can all agree what we thought the words were, the lyrics. I know that's what I thought it was. The lyrics were a certain way, and I thought, when I first heard it, I said, hey, what did he just say? And I thought, man, how do they let that slide, you know? And then I got older, and I looked up the lyrics, and I said, oh, he's saying that. Oh, okay. I think everybody thought he was saying something else, you know. I know I did. He's like, what? Wrapped up like a what? Mr. Dave Orkin, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try not to let my guard down too much on here. I'm trying to be professional, but sometimes you just gotta, you know, drop the mic on some of these people, man. Mr. Josh Thomas, I just saw a post from my local guitar shop. They asked what guitar screams an experience, like who gives a crap. Yeah. Yeah, it's some people like to boast and brag, and when I was coming up, my dad always told me, man, don't be like that. Don't ever think that your crap don't stink, you know, and because you're making yourself look like an idiot. And a lot of these people, they don't see that. they're blinded by their own greed and the want for the spotlight and attention. They don't see that, and then that's that's sad. But us, the common sense people in here, we see it, and I'm like, really, man, what's this guy doing? I mean, see it all the time. See it all the time. Some people, you just never know. Chief Play Stuff, hello. He goes, a good person and a real musician would never talk bad about what another player is using. If anything, they would be happy for that person as long as they are happy with their gear and having fun. Exactly. Exactly right. That's what I'm saying. That's why. And I've seen some people in the live chat on the past few shows that kind of put down. I'm like, man, why are you doing that, man? You're making yourself look bad. Don't do that, man. But people of that caliber, they're putting their own self out there in a negative light. So that's on them, man. That's on them. Let's see, Mr. Bill Trainer. Man, can you imagine if they had all these budget guitars back when we were starting out? It's a great time for young players. I played some real junk, but loved every minute of it. Yes, sir. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the budget guitars, if you will, if that's the right tagline to put, of today are really good. They're really good. I mean, even Phil McKnight agrees with that. I mean, it's just, and the reason I'm saying Phil McKnight, because he's got a big channel and he's very well respected, but I'm not saying that because he likes it. I'm just saying it because that's what I feel, but he shares the same opinion, and I know a lot of other people share that same opinion too. And so, and the thing, here's one last thing about, I'll get off this soapbox after I say this. And if you do this, it's your business. I'm not, saying nothing negative. It's just something that I noticed some people would do if they got, I don't know if people still do this now. I never did. But if people bought an American Strat, they leave that little American sticker on the pick guard. They'd leave it on there. And just to let people know, oh, this is an American Strat. I paid a lot of money for this. That's how it comes across to me. Now, that's just my 2 cents. Okay, I'm getting off the soapbox now. Let's get back to the chat, and y'all can tell me what you think. Let's see. Let me see here. Whoops. Okay, Mr. Bill Trainer, thank you, sir. Mr. AJ Brown, most misunderstood lyrics in all of music history. I sang that forever. Oh, yeah. Blinded by the light. Yes, yeah. I know, man. Me too. Oh, I would say that, and everybody would be like, what'd you say? I'm like, oh, that's what the guy said. Hell, there's even a commercial for it on TV. Oh, Slimfire, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. AJ Brown, I teach my own children that as well, Joe. Don't make this life about you. Make it about what you do for others. Your dad succeeded in teaching you to be a good man. Well, thank you, man. That's really nice. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Art G, it's a great time for beginner players. They can get a good quality guitar for a reasonable price. When I started out, the cheap guitars were garbage. Yes, they were. They sure were, man. And things have come a long way in the past, 10 years? I mean, they've made leaps and bounds, man. Bill Trainer, I played some real winners. I had an acoustic with the Toyota emblem on it for years. I've cleaned the strings, had a pencil for a nut screw. Okay. And it's all about the music and the addiction. Yeah, about the pencil, I don't know if you're referring to this as well, Mr. Trainer, but I've always heard that you can use pencil lead to help lubricate the guitar nut up there. And that's what I've heard a lot. I've never done that, but let's see, Chief Plays Stuff. He goes, same with music. There is plenty of music that isn't my thing, but I'm genuinely happy for someone if they enjoy it. There is something for everyone, and that's what's beautiful about music. Yes, music is subjective. Yes, and Yeah, there's a lot of music I don't like, and at my age now, there's just that certain. I have a certain, I guess you could say, a playlist. I'm rolling this window up because these people are coming home, and it's like Sanford and Son over there, but they're gonna make a lot of noise probably and all that. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I got my own little playlist on YouTube Music, and I was reading some of those songs off when I did a live stream. I think it was Friday night, and not that I listen to those a lot, but that's pretty much, if I feel like listening to something, I'll pick one of those songs, and sometimes I'll just watch an old music video, just sometimes. When I'm feeling nostalgic, like here's one. You remember remember that group, The Outfield, and they had that big hit song, Your Love? They had a couple other great songs, but I love that song, and that video is really good. And the thing that really sticks out to me on that song, what I love, is the way the drums sound. The drums sound incredible on that song. And the snare sounds really good. It's just different. I was like, man, that sounds good. And it just always stood out to me. Anyway, let's see here. Let me get back to this chat. Let's see. Bongwater Taffy, what's going on? I had a Sears Special court-based Stein style. Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Slimfire, Joe, I checked out Dustin's channel, and he is an awesome guitar player. Yes. Thank you, Slim. He is. He's an amazing player, but above all that, he's just a really kind person, man. So thank you for checking his channel out. Mr. Trainer, yeah, me too. I still think it was on purpose. What's that now? Oh, you used an actual pencil in place of the nut. Yeah. Okay. But you can use pencil lead for that nut, right? For the nut slots. I've always heard you could, to help it keep the strings so they'll shift without getting stuck. I don't know. That's what I heard. Let's see. Bongwater Taffy, he says, I'm getting into Kiss, the first 3 albums. Production, isn't great, but I'm glad I'm revisiting. Yeah, that's fantastic. I've always been fascinated with Kiss's history, and you can't see it. It's backwards. This YouTube will never fix the front camera visual. I don't know why they won't do that on their app, but yeah, I will go down a wormhole about Kiss from time to time, and it's just cool to see, because at one time they were on top of the world, man, and then they had a dark period, and they went through all these changes in the band, and the history. I don't need to tell you that, but I like watching that sometimes just to see. I was like, wow, what a wave they rode there, man. And some of their songs are good. It took me a long time to really give their music a serious listen. Really, I was like, oh man. And then I got older, and my attitude started to change. I was like, some of those really aren't bad for when they were written. I mean, it was the 70s, so for that time it was great, and some of that stuff was really good. I always liked Ace Frehley's guitar work. He's another guitar player that, God rest his soul, that he wasn't real flashy, but what he did worked for the band. It worked, and it fit perfect. So let's see, Bill Trainer, and let's see. Oh yeah, okay, I hear you, man. Slimfire, you can use lead on your guitar nut. Yeah, there is all kind of things I've heard. You can I use that this is the name of it. It's Big Ben's nut sauce. To me, it looks like Vaseline. It's the really small syringe. It's about that, and you got the push tube on it, and it's got a really fine point on it. And I've used some of that. It's been a while. I've used that. Sometimes I just take some nut files and just kind of widen the nuts a little bit just to give them so they won't get hung up. I think that has a lot to do with, if you're messing with a plastic nut, I think that has a lot to do with tuning your guitar, staying in tune. If you're doing bends and stuff, those nut slots may need to be filed a little bit bigger so the strings will just move easier back and forth. And, you know, that's, man, I don't know if do I have, let's see. Yeah, my Strats, they have those. They might have bone nuts in them, I don't know. But mostly my guitars I like to play got the Floyd Rose with the locking nut and all that, so that's what I like anyway. Let's see, Mr. Curtis. Hey, Mr. Curtis, how you doing? Nice to see you. I've heard people say that Kiss's first album sounded thin, but I think it sounds pretty cool. Way better than their second album. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't really get into them too much. I tell you, when they really, this is going to sound bad, when they really came on my radar was when Lick It Up, that song Lick It Up was out on MTV, and Vinnie Vincent was in the band, and I didn't know who was who. I didn't know that the Ace and Peter were gone. I didn't know enough of the history. I just thought, oh, that's Kiss, you know, until I got a lot older and started doing some digging on what, you know, it was like, wow. And Vinnie Vincent, wow, that's a whole nother thing altogether. My gosh, man, what is going on with that person, man? I don't know. It's kind of sad. Now, his first album, his first self-titled debut album, or whatever you call it, Vinnie Vincent Invade, I thought it was really good. I liked that album. It was great. The second album, I didn't even give it a listen. They had Mark Slaughter on that second. But was it Robert Fleischman that sang the vocals on the first album? But he didn't even go on tour. I think he had a disagreement with the contract or something, and he was like, I'm out. So he left, and they brought in Mark Slaughter. It's interesting to go into some of that, but to be such a talented person, I think Vinny just had some I'm assuming just had some bad demons, man. I don't know. Who knows, man? Let's see, Bongwater Taffy goes, I like Ace Frehley guitar solos. They're hummable. Yes. Yeah, that's another thing, man. If you can write a guitar solo that is going to be rememberable, you know, melodic, like Neil Schon of Journey, he's really good about that. That is, just try it sometime. It's not as easy as people think. The first thing you want to do is just go or do some tapping. That's me, and I'm like, look, let's try to take my mindset on, you know, take that out. Let's just try to listen to how the vocals are being sung, you know. Try to find a melody in there and try to do that just a little bit. You don't have to do the whole solo that way, but if it's just a little, then you can have a little bit of the flashy stuff, then go back to the melody. I think that's a winning combination myself. Just my 2 cents. That's what I try to adhere to. A lot of times I don't succeed in that, but I'm still learning, you know, after 39 years of trying to learn how to play this darn thing, this guitar. But it's fun. Let's see. Excuse me. Alex, Joe, I just bought a Marshall head, one of those solid state AVT 150. It was 150 heads with the foot switch for dirt cheap. This thing is so cool. Oh, congratulations, man. That's awesome. That is fantastic. New gear day for Alex. That's awesome. Mr. Curtis, Joe, was Van Halen your introduction to music in '86? If not, who were you into before that? That's a great question, Mr. Curtis. that was 86 was my full introduction to Van Halen, to a degree, yes. They weren't my introduction to music. I guess it would be as far as guitar related music. That's when I started to pay attention. You know, does that make sense? And then, of course, Sammy had joined the band. They put out 5150, and I had heard when I was at the lake when I was 16. The jukebox would have those songs playing from that album, along with other songs, Janet Jackson, all that stuff that was popular at the time. What some of those songs I remember, Nasty Boys, Janet Jackson. You know, that was, man, that was huge back then. Of course, Van Halen or Van Hagar, that was huge. And you had, of course, there was always the people that were playing AC/DC in the jukebox all the time. That jukebox was loud too. And and but yeah, before I got into Van Halen, I was listening to like some old school rap music and Bryan Adams. I still like Bryan Adams, but it's just you know, but yeah, it was all over the place before that, you know. And then when I discovered Van Halen with Sammy, I went back and bought all the other cassette albums with Van Halen with the Roth era, and it was awesome, you know. Still love it today. Cameron Hart, he goes, "Hey, what's up, Cameron? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you." Let's see. W.J. Cooper, I've used pencil lead before on the nut, kind of like graphite. Yes, that's what I've always heard. Yes, I've heard that. AJ Brown, yes, right there with you, Joe. I didn't get into Kiss until the 80s. Those first few albums with no makeup, MTV put them on my radar. Yes, yeah, I remember when they had that big reveal and what was that VJ's name? JJ Jackson, and they did that. Yeah, that was a big deal back then. Yeah. Let's see. We got people talking to everybody else. Bonewater Taffy says, Culture Club, Flock of Seagulls, Adamant. Yeah, there was all that stuff back in the day. It was, I mean, there were some pop songs, you know, before I got into the guitar thing. There were some pop songs everybody heard it on MTV. I mean, you would hum it, whether you liked it or not. They would stick in your mind, you know, and be like, why is that song in my head? I can't stand that song. Or you ever seen that with a commercial on TV? And that's why they do that. I didn't realize that till I got a lot older. They would make them stupid commercials with those dumb jingles to stick in your head so you would remember that product, you know? And it's like, man, I can't stand that commercial, but you still you still remember. What was that one that what was it? Crazy Eddie's. Our prices are insane. That guy didn't even live we weren't even in that area. We were in the Carolinas, and I think that guy's store was way up north somewhere, but we were still getting his commercials because obviously he was paying for national airtime for commercials. And I just remember that. It was like, what? You know, it was just Coca-Cola when they had that, I like to teach the world to sing. I remember that when I was a kid. That was huge. That was you remembered that, you know, just very slick marketing on behalf of those companies. Let's see, and bands as well. Bands did that too, man. Let's see. Bongwater Taffy is a band out of Orlando. I didn't know that. Okay, nice, man. That's cool. Yeah, if you're enjoying this live stream, please, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up, please. I like to see it at least get it to 20. If you don't mind, I appreciate that, please. That would be great. Yeah, a lot of songs, man. A lot of songs I listened to growing up. I had a pretty big musical palette for that time period. MTV had a lot to do with that, man. Like it did all of us, you know, that we're in the age bracket here. I still remember when MTV when that come out, man. That was what, 81? Yeah, that was that. That was a big deal, and I was like, man, MTV. That blew my mind when I was a kid. I was like, you can watch MTV all the time, 24/7. I mean, music, you know. And now it's nothing now, man. It's sad, isn't it? How things have changed. I have an audio book about MTV that I got, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's long, man. I can't listen to audiobooks no more. It makes me sleepy. But for a while there, I could listen to them and help me get down the road, but not now. Um, but MTV, the reason they changed and everything, which is common sense because it's all about business, but the reason they changed their format and they quit playing videos was they were trying to adapt to the new generation of viewers. And because the younger people didn't want to see that. They wanted to see reality TV and what some of those crazy shows they had, Teen Moms or something. Oh, I don't know if that's the right name. And just these off-the-wall shows. And so that's pretty much what they are now, I guess, is a reality TV station. I don't know. I haven't watched MTV in years, man. I'm one of them old guys that's like, I remember when MTV was actually good. I remember when a lot of things were actually good. And now it's like, man, what the hell's going on in this world, man? In this country. Oh, don't get me started on that. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Bongwater Taffy says, my dad cranked Ted Nugent in Atlanta Rhythm Section relentlessly. Yeah, those are two great groups, man. Yeah, Ted Nugent. Man, that guy, he's always seemed to be on high adrenaline overload, doesn't he? I mean, he's an incredible player, man. I mean, he has that personality of just like in your face, kind of like, oh man, dial it back a little bit, please, sir. Man, wide open. But he's a hell of a guitar player, man. Absolutely incredible. Mr. Rex McGee, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Bill Frank, good evening, everyone. Hey, Mr. Frank, how are you? Thank you for tuning in to this live drive here on this Monday evening. I'm sitting here in the parking lot at work, and I thought I would go live for a while. Just trying to, I came in a little bit early because I had to do a safety thing here at work. They do that every month, and it's just I don't know, man. It's so annoying. And so I was like, well, I know my load ain't gonna be ready yet, so we'll figure it out here in just a little bit. Good evening, sir. Yes, nice to see you. AJ Brown, MTV shaped my entire 80s, early 90s. It's pretty much all I watch. Oh man. Yes, sir. Same here. I get home from school and from junior high up through high school, and then click, I get the remote and put it on MTV, man. MTV. And I'd wait, and you'd wait for the new whatever group was dropping a new video, and be like, oh man, world premiere and all this stuff. It was a thing back then. It's kind of funny to think about that now. I bet our kids, or well, my son, he was born in let's see, when was he born? He was born in 1990. So I was able to still raise him on a little bit of the stuff that I was raised watching. I raised my son to watch Sanford and Son, Good Times, All in the Family, and I got him into the 80s music when he was really little, just to kind of give him a little kickstart in the right direction, I felt, And when he got older, when he got to be a teenager, he was listening to all this crazy stuff, man. All this, what was it? Oh man. All that new metal that was out at the time. I can't remember those groups. Had the singing, the yelling, then the rapping, and the singing and yelling and the rapping. And I was like, what are you listening to, man? And he just went through that phase, but he still enjoys Sanford and Son to this day, man. He can recite any of the dialogue word for word. And I thought I was a huge Sanford and Son fan, which I am, but he's got me beat hands down. But yeah, he watches them old shows still. Ralph the German Butcher, what's up, man? MTV is the reason I know bands like Danger Danger and XYZ. There you go. That's right. Let's see. Blake Lamba, evening, Joe. Doing good? Yes, sir. We're doing okay. Thank you for chiming in. We're just sitting here doing a live stream before I head off out into the Twilight Zone, if you will, to get take that long dark road down to my delivery point and drive all the way back. And you're constantly fighting the onslaught of fatigue and crazy people driving and just, you know, always something, man. Always something out here with these people. But yeah, we're doing good, sir. Slim Fire says, Joe, the first group I heard on MTV was Men at Work, Down Under. That's a great song. That is even today, that song has still stood the test of time, I feel. Mr. Bill Frank says, I miss Headbangers Ball. I remember that very well, yeah. That come on like late at night, didn't it? And AJ Brown, I know every generation feels like theirs is the best, but let's be real, ours actually was. I second that, man. Come on, man. There's no other decade that was so excellent. I mean, for music and movies, and I mean those movies are classics considered today, and Hollywood is trying to remake some of those, you know, or reinvent them somehow. And I'm like, come on, man, leave those alone, man. That's just. Remember that movie Red Dawn? I remember going to the theater to see that with Patrick Swayze and C. Thomas Howell and Jennifer Grey and what's her name from Back to the Future? She played the mom in Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox's mom, Leah Thompson. And I remember seeing that in the theater back then, and I was like, oh my God, it made you think, you know, how easily that could happen. I mean, they ended up remaking that movie, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago or something, and it tanked. You don't mess with a classic, man. You don't mess with a classic. You leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let's see. Rex McGee, I remember MTV the first day it came on the air. It was a big moment to watch music videos 24/7. I think ZZ Top was one of the many I couldn't get enough. Yeah, there was I remember when they first started, they only had a handful of videos they could play because back then shooting videos for the artists and putting all that together was very experimental, and a lot of the videos had to be live, you know, live footage, and it was just easier to do it that way. But they did have some videos, but they were the production was in its infancy, man. It was, but of course, it came a long way through the years. Videos that stood out to me, even, I mean, for that time was very breakthrough as far as the production and technology. Well, one in particular, I know there's a bunch of them, but the one this might sound crazy, but one that sticks out is that group Aha, Take On Me. Remember that video where it's kind of half comic book and half real? And dang, that was incredible. And I like the way that videos like that told a quick story in the 3.5 minutes, whatever it was, 4 minutes that they had. And it was really cool. And making videos back then was like $250,000. Can you imagine? Man. And now the kids of today are putting up little, I don't know, 20 or 30-second clips on TikTok or whatever, these short form video platforms. I don't mess with TikTok or nothing like that. But sometimes when I'm going to the beach, I'll pass this big old convenience store or whatever. It's called Speedway or something. And they got a bunch of gas pumps there. And there's once in a while, you'll see like 30 people out there. They're all lined up and they're all doing a dance together, all these young people. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? And there's somebody out there with a phone recording it. And it's just It'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, you know. So it's just, I don't know. You can make a video a lot cheaper nowadays is what I'm getting at, but it's just, I don't know. People are pretty creative, man. Let's see. Bill Frank, stay away from Crossroads? You mean what, the movie with Ralph Macchio? I don't know what you're talking about. That's one of my favorite movies. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about something else. I don't know. Bongwater Taffy, they used to broadcast concerts live on Friday night. Yeah, that was always fun. Yeah, that was fun. R2, R3 locking nut. Wow, what's going on, man? Hey, brother, I hope all is well. At work, popping in to say hello, be safe. Hey, man, you at work still right now? Okay, well, man, I hope you have a great day, bro. Glad to see you in the chat. Thank you, man. Oh, the remake. Oh, yeah, don't remake it. Yeah, yes. Don't remake Crossroads. Leave it alone. I agree with you, man. Yes. Oh, man, hell no. Yeah, leave that alone. And I think they said the people that made Back to the Future, I'm drawing a blank on their names. They said they will never allow anybody to remake those movies as long as they're alive. And I said, thank God. Leave those movies alone. Back to the Future, my favorite movie of all time. That's just, yeah. I'm so glad they're not doing that. But there's been some they've remade that were just absolutely horrible, man. I tell you what, this is when God, I know I'm getting old. Do y'all do this too? I mean, let me ask you. I do this, man. In the past couple of nights, I did this, and you just get bored, and you know, trying to go to sleep or whatever. I'll look up some of those old Dean Martin roasts. Y'all remember that? And oh God, some of the old Johnny Carson episodes when Rich Little is on there, and Rich Little was like a master impressionist, man. He could imitate Johnny Carson to a T with his mannerisms and his voice. And I was like, God, I love looking at stuff. Some of those old roasts. I watched one last night where they were roasting Michael Landon, and he had just got started with his new his show at the time, Highway to Heaven, which is my favorite Michael Landon TV series, Highway to Heaven. And that was going strong, and they had to cancel it because his best friend that played his partner on that show, what was his name? He was also in Little House. He got diagnosed with cancer, so Michael Landon shut the production down. And then I don't know, sometime later, Michael Landon would have cancer himself and pass away. If you've never seen Michael Landon's final appearance on the Johnny Carson show, pull that up. It's pretty wild. He's out there in high spirits and stuff, but he still kept his head up to the whole time. That's incredible. Anyway, I look at some of that old stuff because I just I like going down memory lane, I guess. It reminds me when I was young, and I'm not young anymore. None of us are. Don Kirshner's rock concerts on ABC in the 70s. Yes, Blake, that's correct. Yeah, absolutely. Foster Brooks used to light it up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. And there's some of those old movies, man, I've never seen, believe it or not. A lot of them I have, and a lot of them I haven't. It just never piqued my interest. I'm just going to talk about all kind of old stuff tonight. But the first movie that I seen Michael Keaton in and Martin Mull. Let's see if y'all can guess the name of that movie. That was the first movie I seen that I seen them two in, and I was like, I think it came out in 1980, so I was like 10 years old. But it's still a great movie today. Terry Garr was in that movie. Excellent movie, man. Excellent. See if y'all can guess the name of that movie. I let my son watch that when he was growing up too, and he really liked it. It's a great movie. Just a good movie, man. Is it true that Foster Brooks really wasn't drunk? That's what I've always heard. I've always heard that he was just putting on an act. Yeah. Because when I'd watch those roasts, he would come up, and when he would walk to the podium, he was walking straight and everything. And, you know, they say Dean Martin always kind of put up a front, like he wasn't really lit, you know, like people thought he was. It was just an act. I mean, you know, he was drinking, but he wasn't that out of it. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the first movie I saw Michael Keaton in with Terry Garr and Martin Mull was Mr. Mom. That was the name of that movie. And that was always a great movie. Fantastic. A lot of great movies back then. Well, y'all, I guess I'm gonna jet on out of here. We've been on here for almost an hour. Can you believe that? Dang, I need to get over here and go pick up the product and get hooked up to the trailer and get everything checked out and get rolling. I want to thank y'all very much for being here with me. Like I said, Ralph and I are getting ready to, getting geared up to go to the Asheville Guitar Show next month. That's going to be really fun. I'm really, really stoked about that. And hopefully we'll be able to get some good footage with that and present a good video to y'all. I know people have been asking, you know, how come you haven't done any guitar shops lately, or what's going on? Well, I just haven't had time to do that. There's only so many hours in the day. And right now I'm focusing on, Ralph and I are trying to do some music together and get a set list going so that, you know, I can't do everything. I can't juggle too many balls in the air at one time, but we'll get back to the guitar shops. That's not gone. It's just on pause right now. And then when the weather gets really nice, we're definitely going to pick that back up. But for right now, we're concentrating on doing some music and just getting tight as a duo, because we want to be able to play for y'all sometime, you know, and have a good time. It's what music's all about. Having a good time and making you feel good, you know, and it makes you feel young too. It does me every time I put that guitar on. So that's the one thing I can say that's still kind of my fountain of youth, at least up here in my head. Maybe not physically, but but anyway, thank y'all so much. Yes, Alex says be safe. Thank you very much. Rex McGee, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Slimfire, thank you. He says be safe. Thank you. Bill Frank, good night, Joe. Be safe out there. Thank you very much, sir. AJ Brown, thanks for your live drive, Joe. Made my evening. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Mr. Richard Hoy goes, have a good night, Joe. Drive safe. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Y'all are very kind, and thank you for always being here to talk. It does a lot more than you may realize, you know. I really appreciate that. It helps me out a lot. So with that, oh, sorry about that. I will go, and we'll see you on the next live video. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.